Hey, welcome back. So, as promised, I'm making you my second video this week. But I just wanted to, this one's about my first week on the floor. Not literally, but figuratively. I was on the floor orienting this is my first week with my preceptor. So I got to meet my preceptor first of all. And we'll start at the beginning. And I'm working on an oncology floor. Usually I'll be working nights. I don't know if I told you guys, or maybe some of you already knew. So right now I'm orienting for the first 3 weeks on days for several reasons, and I think it's a good thing that I'm orienting on days for a couple reasons. I'm able to meet the doctors, if not all, most of them. Most of the main ones at least. I'm able to see procedures during the day that maybe I wouldn't be doing or seeing at night, so I can see how they play out, not only for my benefit when I'm preparing patients for different activities that they might be doing the following day, but also, then I know coming back, if it's one I've never really seen or dealt with, coming back I can tell my patients, who are nervous or scared, what kind of they should expect from X procedure. So there's several reasons I think there's several things on like day shift that I'm seeing that I probably wouldn't see at night, or most likely wouldn't see. But either way, my preceptor I like so far. She's very organized. Time management is really good. So that's always encouraging because she and I seem to be very similar in that aspect, in that we kind of think down the same trail so far, which has helped, caring for our patients, I noticed, but it's also helped us, get things done on time. We're not so far behind. There was one day where, I can't give specifics, but we were just slammed. It felt like things kept happening with patients and admit, and so we were chickens with our heads cut off, but we ended up getting everything done and leaving on time. Whereas the next morning we went in, Friday morning, and one of the night shift nurses was supposed to be getting off at 7, and he didn't leave until 10:30 in the morning because he was charting still. That hasn't happened to us. And one of the things my preceptor said is there's no reason that you should be leaving later than 7:23, because technically that's when we can clock out. If we clock in at 6:53, there's no reason you should be leaving after 7:23 if it's not because of something you did. And what she meant was you shouldn't be leaving late for any reason because you're behind on charting, or because you haven't done X, Y, and Z that still falls under your responsibilities. If you're leaving late, it's because at 7:15 you had a patient code and now you have to do paperwork. That's different, she said, but you should never be leaving because your work is not done. And I agree, nobody wants to be there longer than they have to, but you also have to be good at time management, organizing, prioritizing what goes first. I agree with her. I asked her, what do you think I still need to improve on, or what I need to work on still? And one of the things she said was just being comfortable. She said a lot of this week, granted my first day, it was my first, I have not had any prior experience, and she knew that going in. She's like, I told her, I said, I don't have any prior experience, no real medical history other than what I saw and did in nursing school. And we went through each one of those individual things. But so I told her that, and I explained that to her. And so she said that the one thing would just be being comfortable. She said that she could tell sometimes that I was nervous, or I would like kind of freeze, and she said that's okay. Every nurse is going to freeze, but she said that that's definitely something I want to work on, is being less nervous and just going with my gut and owning, what I have. So that's definitely next week what I'm going to be striving towards, being more comfortable and confident in myself and not second guessing or whatever. Because even though she could see that to a degree, but she knew what I was going through because I was talking to her after patients and asking questions or whatever. She brought up a good point, is that you don't want the patient to see that, because if you're nervous, if it's something you've done that's brand new and you're nervous, the patient's going to see that and get even more nervous. And she gave chemo for the first time today since being certified a month ago. And so that was one, good to see, but she's like, I was terrified, but it didn't come across. And she's like, that's the difference. And I was like, oh, that's true. She did look like, when she wasn't in the patient's room, I could tell she was freaking out. But when I thought back on it, driving home, she wasn't freaking out at all in the patient's room, and it wasn't even noticeable to them. Granted, I was so focused in on watching what she was doing that I wasn't paying attention to her, but looking back, she really didn't seem nervous. And that's definitely something that I need to grasp and hold on to and carry into my nursing journey career. So I did feel like I learned a lot this week. It was exhausting and tiring, but it was so good. It was so good to finally get out on the floor. Good to finally be able to say, I'm a nurse, not a nursing student. And that was another thing that was hard, putting that into perspective, because I was so used to, oh no, I can't give this narcotic, or I can't give this narcotic. And she looked at me at one point and she's like, you're not a nursing student, you're a nurse. And I was like, oh yeah. So I got to give all our patients all their meds, shots, everything. And chart on a couple patients, and we're going to keep bumping that up until I have a full load. I'll be with her for 3 weeks, and then I'm orienting tonight, and I'll be with a new nurse for 3 weeks. So we'll feel it out, see, how that goes, but she wants me to try and get to a full load in the next 3 weeks, which I'm totally fine with, because then I'm not getting on the floor unprepared and like, oh crap, what do I do? Like, she wants me to be prepared and ready to go so that when I am on my own, I'm not screwed and I'm not searching and wondering and asking all these questions and my time management is lost. Everything is gone. So it makes a lot of sense. I have to sneeze. It makes a lot of sense. And I think it'll be good. And I think by the end of the 3 weeks, I'll definitely have seen an improvement from the beginning to the end. But next week I have a nurse preceptor, not nurse preceptor, but it's a nurse residency program that I'm starting. It's actually I'm the first nurse in the hospital to start this program. It's a brand new program, and it's basically for nurses who have less than 1 year of experience. So my next video, I'll definitely talk about that and my thoughts and feelings on how that went, and then I'll have 2 days on the floor next week. So I'll make a video next weekend after my shifts and everything on how I think I progressed, how the nurse residency program went, and all that stuff, to give you guys an update on that as well. So be looking forward to that. And I'm looking at getting any ideas. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, maybe you're in nursing school and you have some questions, whatever questions you guys have, let me know. I want to do a video soon with where I'm just like answering questions, or maybe video ideas that you guys have. I know I'm going to do a video idea on what I found super helpful to have as a new nurse on the floor, and what kind of is like, okay, this gets in the way, not helpful at all. So be looking for those videos coming soon, and I think that's it. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.